This is not a, I'm not a Colecovision guy. I didn't have a Colecovision. None of my friends had Colecovision. So I did not play Colecovision as a kid. So this is not one of my go-to systems, I wouldn't say. I had to earlier map some buttons. Really? It looks pretty good, the few games that I've played on it. There we go. A little choppier than some of the other versions. The music sounds really good, actually. It's got some good chords, you know. It's a nice sound chip. Like the C64, you can tell in the music you've got at least 2 channels. You got that bass line, and you got the melody going. And you've got sound effects in the game, so that's pretty impressive. Bye-bye, two-wheeler. Yeah, this is not terrible. Sometimes with it, you know, once you've been into retro stuff for so long and you've done all the different systems, a lot of times it's not whether or not one is better or one that's worse. You know, it's just like you know what the system's capable of, so you know what it's going to be like. And then it's just, is it good or bad for that system, not compared to other stuff, you know? Like the Apple II version of this, I enjoyed it. It obviously doesn't look as good as some of the other versions and stuff, but, oh, there we go. Got a little bridge. Car was a little fragile there. A little fragile. So it really, you know, you just kind of compare it to, other games on the system and say, well, is it good or bad, you know? Let's see if Coleco, do I have... Oh, I do, look at that. Did you see that? It's the worst when I get killed. Well, I mean, obviously. But, I mean, it's the worst when I get killed when I'm trying to do something not violent. Like I was trying to just drive into that van and get my little thing. Okay, how do I reset on this game? Oh, you know what happened? I did this earlier. There's a button. I don't know I don't know why. Let me do this. There's a button on the right. I don't know what it's mapped to on a real ColecoVision, but it's like it changes the aspect ratio or something of that game, and it like blows it up. Oh, I already had that in there. Yeah, you know, like we could go. You could pull up the ColecoVision and you could go, well, every single game sucks because it's not, 64-bit. It's not as good as whatever, the PS5. Well, that's dumb. You know what I mean? That's just people that either just don't have any interest in I mean, part of retro gaming to me is also the history of looking at this stuff. And so, I mean, obviously you have to find things to compare, right? Like you could say, okay, well, this looks better than the Atari 2600 version, but for those of us that grew up with the Atari 2600, you go, well, that was pretty interesting based on some of the Atari 2600 games I've played before, so yeah, it's just all in context, and you can enjoy, like, we're playing 6 different versions of Spy Hunter today, and none of them are the MAME version, the actual arcade version. So it's just 6 different versions and 6 different levels of 6 different unique versions. You're just taking them for what they are and looking at them, you know. Wow, some of the, I don't know if it's speed related, it's because I'm going so fast, but yeah, just like then, I just hit that motorcycle guy. In other versions, when you saw me, where I would just hit the motorcycle over and over and over, bounce the explosions around. So that is one thing that takes a little getting used to is when you're playing the same game on different systems and they have different rules, you know, so like the cars or the explosions or things act different in one version versus a different version. All right, so it is the bottom button is the extra weapon, and we are not going to hit the right button, which seemed to just completely blow the mist core. Oh, that was one of those guys. I didn't know that. Yeah, I love seeing a lot of those games that are one-person games. You know, we were just talking about that on somewhere. Like Jumpman, one dude. Load Runner, one dude. I think it was our stream last week we talked about that. And then there were companies that didn't want to do that, you know. I can't find any program information for Spy Hunter. Like the Commodore 64 version, it just says published by Sega, and that's it. There's no... can't find the programmer. I mean, they didn't want to do that. Got here a little oil for my friends. Well, come on up behind me. I want to show you a trick. Oh. Music's got a little freestyle jazz here. Oh boy. Sorry, buddy. Pizza delivery driver. 30 minutes or it's free. Normally I wouldn't hit them. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. That should have totally paid off. Really? That's interesting, yeah. It's a shame, too, because, it's like we were saying, a lot of times these were just, 1 or 2 guys, small teams, and they certainly deserve some recognition now, you know. Just lost to time. Oh, it says bridge out. You see that flashing up there? It is giving me plenty of heads up. Long warning. That's a pretty fun version. I kind of enjoy that. No, it would have had to have had the boat. Let's do it again because... it was flashing. Detour left. You see up there on the top up there? It says detour left. Okay, that's the reset. Okay. Yeah, so we were like right about to turn into the boat. Alright, we're going to get to the boat. I want to get in the water. Take me to the river. What was my score? Does anybody know what my score was last time? It would just give me an idea of how far away the boat part is. I like that little crazy part there. That's a good question, Drezu, whether or not they are the levels are the same or randomly generated. I believe, well, I mean, I know the Commodore one, it's the same. I think they're the same. I think it's always the same. Now, whether or not they're the same between different ports, that I doubt. That I don't think. I'm pretty sure is not the case. There's an interesting video, if you want to go on YouTube and look for it, of the guy that was, when he created Spy Hunter, he mapped out the entire game using graph paper. And so he had these giant rolls of graph paper going all around his house and mapped out the entire course of the entire game. Oh, that was my timer's run out now. So once the timer runs out, you only have as many men as you've earned and continue to earn. So on the Commodore version, like I said, on the novice setting, you got an extra man at 10,000, and then all your other men come at another 20,000. So every time you earn 20,000 more points, each 2,000 points. No, not 2,000, 20,000. 2,000 would be way too generous. Some guy turned in this music and they were like, Larry, really? I mean, a whole keyboard solo? He's like, yeah, man, it really just... see that right there? Like, why did I blow up there? The old Spy Hunter's a little fragile. No, not today. Nope. Trying to get away from that guy. Oh, man. Waka waka doo-doo. Alright, let's go to the last version. And probably on the 8-bit systems. I don't hate to say it, that's silly. But I would say probably the best version. Hey, you know what? I might try one other version. There's one other version that I read about, but I haven't ever played. And I may see if it's on here, if I have it on here.